The 2025 BMW Z4 Roadster might just be the most entertaining car in BMW's lineup. That might sound like a bold claim, especially with cars like the M2 and M4 CS offering more raw performance. But the Z4 excels in a different way. It proves that BMW still prioritizes driving enjoyment. While the 2025 Z4 remains largely unchanged from last year's model, it introduces a game-changing $3,500 option, the Handschalter package. Handschalter, meaning hand shift in German, signals BMW's response to customer demand, the return of the manual transmission. Previously, the Z4 was only available with an 8-speed automatic, but now, the M40i model with its inline-6 engine can be equipped with a 6-speed manual. And BMW didn't just swap out the gearbox and call it a day. The Z4 was retuned and refined, transforming it from a relaxed cruiser into an enthusiast dream. This isn't just an optional transmission. It's a completely reimagined driving experience. Strengths. White heavy checkmark, one of BMW's last truly elegant designs. White heavy checkmark manual model gets exclusive paint options. White heavy checkmark unique staggered wheels for the manual variant. Weaknesses. Crossmark no fun roof color choices. Crossmark design might not age as gracefully as past Z4 generations. Crossmark, we couldn't even come up with a third flaw. Though BMW didn't overhaul the Z4 for 2025, the Handschalter package brings distinct visual cues that set the manual version apart. Standard 18-inch wheels can be upgraded to 19-inch M double-spoke wheels in 3 color options or 19-inch M V-spoke wheels in jet black. The Handschalter model also gets a staggered setup, 19 inches up front and 20 inches in the rear, previously reserved for M models. To top it off, BMW includes the extended Shadow line package, $550, as standard, enhancing its aggressive look. The Z4 comes standard in just one color, Alpine White. If you want something different, 7 metallic paint options are available for $650, while the matte Frozen Gray 2 metallic costs $3,600. However, opting for the Handschalter package unlocks an exclusive 8th metallic color, San Remo Green, and makes all metallic colors free of charge. Additionally, Frozen Deep Green Metallic, $2,950, is only available with the manual transmission. So, if you spot a green Z4 on the road, chances are it's a manual. While the Z4 may not feel like one of BMW's most premium models, its simplicity is a breath of fresh air in an increasingly complex world. The cabin isn't the most spacious, but BMW has made the most of it with clever storage solutions. There are door pockets, a wireless charging pad ahead of the shifter, a netted storage shelf behind the seats, and a small pass-through into the trunk, which offers 9.9 cubic feet of cargo space. The only major misstep? The cup holders, hidden under the center armrest, they're awkward to use, especially with a manual transmission. Comfort and convenience features. The Z4 offers a range of available features to enhance comfort, including heavy checkmark, heated seats, and heated steering wheel. Heavy checkmark, head-up display. Heavy checkmark, park distance control. Heavy checkmark, remote engine start. Heavy checkmark, ambient lighting. Heavy checkmark, wireless charging. Safety and driver assistance. A $700 driving assistance package bundles lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, and parking sensors. However, adaptive cruise control is sold separately for $500, and notably, it cannot be equipped with a Handschalter package. Infotainment, the best of iDrive. While BMW's latest models feature iDrive 9, with iDrive 10 on the horizon, the Z4 sticks with the older iDrive 7.0. Normally, outdated infotainment would be a drawback, but not in this case. Despite its relatively small 10.25-inch display, iDrive 7 remains a fan favorite. It blends touchscreen functionality with a rotary controller and physical buttons for climate control and the radio, including the classic 1 to 8 preset buttons for radio stations, navigation shortcuts, and more. These easy-to-access buttons have been mostly eliminated from other modern BMW models, so it's refreshing to see them surviving in the Z4. A 10-speaker audio system comes standard with an optional 12-speaker Harman Kardon setup that sounds fine, but not great. We also wish the head-up display could show more details such as the RPM, gear position, or a shift light. There are two available versions of the Z4 Roadster, the S-Drive 30i and the M40i. The former uses a turbocharged 4-cylinder engine mated to an 8-speed automatic, while the latter gets a turbocharged inline-6 with either a standard 8-speed auto or an optional 6-speed manual. Both versions send power exclusively to the rear wheels. The B58 inline-6 engine is an all-time great engine, producing heaps of power, smooth acceleration, and even some crackles and pops when shifting. Performance impressions. The Z4 S-Drive 30i hits 60 miles per hour in a respectable 5.2 seconds, but the M40i trounces it with a 3.9 second time. You will sacrifice a bit on that acceleration time if you get the manual, dropping to 4.2 seconds. We did our best to manage wheel slip, but could only manage a 4.5 second run in our testing. Since the manual car doesn't have launch control, it's much harder to get a perfect launch every time. Still, we'd happily trade a few tenths from the 0 to 60 time for the experience of rowing our own gears. This isn't the same manual used in the BMW M2 and M3/M4. The Z4 benefits from a unique gear set, shafts, shift lever, shift guide, and shift connections. These small alterations make the shifter feel notchier and more enjoyable to use. Toyota made similar changes to the GR Supra, but this is even better. The clutch is light and features an auto hold function, so the car won't roll back on hills. Comfort, Sport, and Eco Pro modes drastically change how the car feels with Sport Plus and Sport individual modes available for maximum aggressiveness or customization. There's also an auto rev match feature that works brilliantly in each mode. It smooths out downshifts in Comfort mode and gets more brutal in Sport mode for spirited driving. Engaging any of these modes is done quickly via buttons on the console, not through the touchscreen. Ride and handling. BMW completely transformed the Z4 with the Handschalter package. It almost feels like a mid-cycle refresh. This package doesn't just add a third pedal, it also gets unique chassis tuning, different auxiliary springs, reinforced anti-roll bars front and rear, and new software for the steering and rear dampers. Combined, these changes make the Z4 feel sharper, more controlled, and more focused. With the Handschalter package, it may as well be a different car. The adaptive M suspension is firm, but not punishing. The steering still has a bit of that modern BMW numbness, but delivers enough feedback to keep the experience interesting. It's easy to get the rear end to step out and manage the throttle without worrying about losing control. This is now our favorite BMW to drive. It's more comfortable than an M2, but just as fun.